Mercy Gate Ministries because it's going to be the Guns and the Hoses football game coming to you tomorrow night. Joining me right now here in the studio, we've got Jeff Neal with the Kerrville Fire Department. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing really good. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you for joining us on episode 1. And, big game coming up and stuff tomorrow night. Talk about what the Firefighter Nation has been doing to be prepared to keep the winning streak on First Responders Bowl 4.
Oh, well, we've been practicing, getting ready. We've got some secret weapons.
You're not talking about Arnie Segura, are you?
Oh, of course, we're talking about Arnie. We've got the big man blocking the middle. No, we've just been doing some practicing. Haven't been doing a whole lot. Haven't been able to this year. We've hired a bunch of new guys. We've got guys in classes. This has been a difficult year for us this year. We've had guys in new paramedic class, guys finishing up in paramedic class. Actually have to thank the city for us. Our training budget has been increased quite a bit, so we have had guys miss a lot due to lots of training. So can't complain there. But
no, that's true. Well, that's awesome. But you've been the times you have been practicing. You've been practicing at the Antler Stadium. You got your
we have not been to the stadium one time this season so far. We've been doing all our practicing. We've been at the B.T. Wilson Middle School 6th grade campus. That's where we've been doing all our practices.
There you go. All right. I'm going to bring you back here because I've got to get Kerrville Police Department in here with Dylan Myers. And Mr. Dylan Myers, and welcome to the show.
How's it going?
It's going. Hey, do you remember the glory days? Did I ever interview you, back in the days?
I think briefly when I was sophomore, junior, but I can tell you exactly.
Dylan Myers, a former Harper Longhorn, just to let you know, there's in fact, this whole team. You got guys on the team for Guns Nation right now that's kind of been all over and playing some sports here in the Hill Country.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've got a couple a couple guys that we're playing with this year. I actually played with in Harper and against them when I was in Harper, and most of us called it quits at our high school year, but we have a couple that went and actually played college football. So we'll see how that helps.
I'll tell you what, man, you got to have the trick plays with Coach White. You know how he has some trick plays, and they might have to run some again. Talk about sure. How's been practices? You've all been getting to practice a little bit, and where have you been practicing at?
At the beginning, we have the whole plan. Hey, we're going to do it once every week. This is going to be the day. This is going to be the time. And then, of course, Murphy comes in and says, no, we're not going to do that. So we're kind of in the same boat as the fire department. We haven't practiced nearly as much. Our guys have been either working overtime or doing extra jobs, classes. So, when we did finally get a chance to schedule, and same thing, we were at B.T. Wilson. We'd have 10, 15 guys say, yeah, I'll be there. And then come day of, it's 5. So
yeah. I know how that goes, man.
Yeah.
I sure do. Hey, bring you both in here real quick. And so, Mercy Gate Ministries is what you guys are playing for this year. Awesome ministry right there. What brought you guys? Did you come together as a one unit with PD and fire department to come together and pick the ministry? How did that happen?
Well, to my understanding, it's kind of a random drawing at people who apply, and then out of the group of people that apply, it's randomly selected to be whomever it may be. And this year just happened to be Mercy Gates. That way, it kind of makes it a fair. There's no favoritism or anything like that. It's a random drawing.
So put the name in the hat, and there you go.
I believe so.
All right, cool. And have you had an opportunity to visit with them, knowing that you guys are going to be playing for them and for the proceeds that go to them and help that ministry out? Have you had an opportunity to meet with the ladies like Shay Spencer and Lana Seibert?
Personally, I haven't. I believe personnel from the PD assistant chief have gone and kind of extended their abilities to what they can do for them. But me personally, no, I haven't.
Jeff, what about you guys?
I met with a lady yesterday. I went and gave an interview at the Daily Times yesterday, and unfortunately, I cannot remember her name. And that was the first interaction that I've had with anyone from that side. I I just am more so on the coaching side, the playing aspect. I'm not on the you know that aspect of that part of the game. I think I kind of would like to be. You know,
You can always go in for the secret weapon. I mean, like
well,
right
I
there.
mean, just talking about that aspect of the game. I mean, that's what we play for. That's what this game is all about. And this is our fifth year doing it, our fourth game, and we play. Dylan and I, we play for the sport of the game, but we actually the reason why we play is to help out these charities for our community.
Mhm.
And it would be nice to be involved in that aspect of the game and to get out and meet with you know these nonprofits that we're helping and benefiting our community. And unfortunately, I haven't been involved in that aspect of part of the game, and that's something that I would like to get into maybe next year. And like you say, getting out and meeting with these nonprofits and these charities that we are helping.
Well, it's always good to have the whistle too. That means you're in control, right? So last year, well, we had a good game that you guys played. It ended up being where, Dylan, yeah, I mean, you see the score and you're going, doggone. You guys won the first one, of the First Responders Bowl, and then the last two have gone to the fire department. So it got to be a little bit on the mind right now, the Kerrville Police Department or the Guns Nation to get back and win that game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been on the mind since the second game. I mean, even we always seem to have it, and then it slowly slips away.
Now I understand you're going to be coaching Dylan a little bit, but are you going to be playing as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll
So
kind
you're
of be
the
playing
coach
both
on the
aspects.
field. There you
Yeah.
go. And you already pretty much got your team set, right?
Basically, there's a couple spots that we're kind of looking to interchange, but it's kind of a play it on the fly.
I like that because that means that's a last minute decision, game time decision right there.
Right.
Yeah. Jeff, how about the Firefighter Nation? You guys got the lineup all ready to rock and roll and know who's going to start?
Oh no way! We'll show up tomorrow and we'll ask who wants to go play, and the first eight that step out on the field will be our starters.
Or you can do what how y'all pick the ministry. You can just draw names out of the hat, and there you go.
Right.
That will be we'll borrow a hat and draw names.
There you go, Jeff Neal, quarterback. You got hats and positions in that. That might work.
That's the one position that we do have figured out is quarterback.
Well, one thing is for sure, y'all talked about not being able to practice very much, but y'all been so busy and everything that kind of keeps you in shape, anyways, right? I mean, with some of the fires that had to been battling and things like that, and Dylan out there chasing down guys and everything. I mean, but for the most part, y'all stay in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I would say there's on both sides. I don't, you don't ever just go out there and look at somebody and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. It's, it's a thing. It's a difference between being just physically fit and then get out there and sprinting for 60 minutes, and then it makes you realize, hey, I'm not really as physically fit as I thought I was. And I learned that the first game, thinking, yeah, I'm 25, I got this, whatever. And then I didn't have it.
Yeah, wait till he gets till he's 42, and then he realizes I really don't have it anymore.
Man, you know what? Hey, age is just in your mind, baby. That's what it becomes. No, I understand. I hear you. You got someone, Jeff, like Arnie Segura, who's been playing. He's a Tybee athlete, been well known around the community for many, many years, and can he still run that, like 4.5 flat 40 or whatever?
You'll have to ask him that. I'm not going to answer that for him.
Oh man, no, that's awesome.
We can clock him at halftime if you want to, though, JR.
Now he'd be too winded at halftime, man. We have to do it before the game.
Okay, we can ask him if you want.
Everybody, you might have a full belly. Okay, night of the game. Pre-game's at 5:00. So, are there any plans that you guys have, say, like to get together, have a team meal or something like that? Early on, or go get some tea or something. Anything like that, or just show up at the stadium and get ready to rock?
Yeah, basically, we're just going to show up, get suited up, and see what happens.
Nah, they're the other team before the game. After the game, we'll probably all hang out together after the game.
There you go. Now, will y'all be hanging out together no matter who wins?
Of course.
So we generally every year we have a meetup spot that's afterwards that we'll all go and hang out, build a camaraderie, things like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's the way it is. I mean, when it comes down together, maybe for one night and a couple of hours on the field, you're going at it, and it gets pretty physical there, as well. The last couple of years have been, some physicality going on. At the end of the game, man, it's like you guys get together, hug, love on each other, pray, and then next thing you know, you get to just be the guys again. How important is it for you guys, even though working for different departments, playing against each other, but yet still be one?
I mean, I think it's extremely important, and it never changes every year. There's always the tension that builds up. It's just like two brothers, they're good, and then now they're all going out to start, competing for the pitching position or whatever, and that competition starts building, and then once it's over and it's done with, that's it, and it goes back to being we'll go and we'll battle it out on the field, and then Saturday we might end up being on the same call again, 6 a.m.
And it's not even the next morning. I mean, we still go on calls later on that night, and some of us are on duty tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll go. We'll have guys come in, work for us, and then we'll be back on duty. And so, we work with these guys every single day, all year long. Some of us hang out with these guys off duty. Some of us are good friends with police officers and vice versa. So, we're friends with each other. Our jobs aren't the same, but we rely on each other. So,
yeah,
like Dylan said, it's a competition for a couple hours, but then once it's over, it's back to being brothers.
Well, we're getting ready to kind of close it down here. Appreciate you guys joining us and everything. Any final thoughts and words? I mean, what you got to say to the fire department right there, Dylan? I mean, you got the Guns Nation ready to rock, and try to get first responders Bull 4 back home with the trophy.
No, I ain't got really anything to say. As long as the people on the roster are the people wearing the jerseys, I'm good with it. We don't have any sneak plays at the beginning of the game. I'm fine.
JR, hang on 1 second, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
This can't be good.
I have a feeling maybe you got a call.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not ditching out on the question though. I don't think. Anyways, let's see what he's got. This is. Oh, you know what? We should play some of that.
Hey JR, I just want to that this is as close as they'll get to it. So I just wanted to remind him what it looks like. So it's at Central Station, and this is where it's going to stay.
So Dylan can't even reach out to touch it right now.
It's just a figment of the imagination.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you. First of all, and thank you so much for all that you do, your service and everything, with keeping the streets, clean, and those guys just making sure that, all the bad stuff that happens, make a guy like me be able to walk with freedom. Appreciate that. And then, and that's not just for the PDs and the sheriff's department, that's for first responders as well, because I've seen some EMS guys get after it to help chase down people too. But you guys are always there, protection, Johnny on the spot, especially if there's an accident or something like that, or even like with a fire, you're Johnny on the spot. So we appreciate you guys so much for all that you do for a guy like me. I appreciate that.
Thank you, JR.
Absolutely. So that's kind of where we're at. And there was one other thing I was going to say, but I forgot. So I guess that means that it's just going to have to be
left at that.
Time to rock it away, man.
Thanks for having us.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, appreciate you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Now remember, pre-game interviews with you guys here on Hill Country Nation Facebook, and so we'll get you to right before the game. And the winning team is who we're going to get to interview right after the game. So y'all stay tuned for who that's going to be. Dylan, Appreciate it. Give me some
Appreciate it.
Boom. Jeff, right there. Boom. All right, guys. Y'all have an awesome night. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap it up right here on the Hill Country Nation Sports Wrap Up here on Hill Country Nation Facebook. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, join tomorrow at Antler Stadium. First time, I believe that's going to be the first football game to be played at Antler Stadium. Guns, Roses, 2022 First Responder Bowl 4. All right, that's going to do it. We appreciate you, and we are out.